Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to learn the civics part of social studies. Before that, answer some questions. You have studied about different rulers in your history textbook in your previous class, and you have the knowledge about the following rulers or the rulers which are present day in the government. Like take example the Rajan in the Vedic period. Rajan, he was the chief or the leader who looked after the safety of the Janas. Janas mean the people. After that we had the rules of the king, like take example of the Magadha Empire, then the Mauryan dynasty. We have learned about these rulers in our previous classes. So what actually they were doing means, can you tell me what particularly they were having, means in their kingdom, in their society? Yes, a type of government. So today we are going to learn the lesson government. So what is a government? We means government refers to the body that exercises ruling authority, means for the people to live and work together. There's a need to be having some organization who can make decisions and put these effects to smoothen the function of people in their daily life. Particularly this word government, it is derived from the Latin word gubernare, which means govern or to guide. The government, it works to fulfill the need of the people and to resolve their problems, and it functions on the behalf of the people of the country by, you can say, exercising leadership, taking decisions and implementing these decisions. Next we are going to learn about the types of government. There are three different forms of government. First is the monarchy government, then we have the dictatorship and the democracy. On the basis of the sources, who or what gives the government the power to make the decision, the government around the world, it has been divided into three main types: monarchy, dictatorship and democracy. Let's learn about these types of government in detail. The first one, democracy, of the people, by the people and for the people. In a democracy, it is the people who give the power to the government to make the decisions. People do these, means decisions they take through the elections or through vote. In a democratic system, elections are periodic, means people elect their representatives after a fixed number of years, and each adult citizen of the country has the right to vote, has a right to elect their representative. At the time of election, the adult citizens, they vote for the candidates of their choice, and these elected members or representatives, they form the government. The biggest advantage of this system or the democracy is that the government is answerable to the people for its activity and whatever decisions the government is making for the people. And if the people are not satisfied with the functioning of the current government, they can vote for their representative or other representative in their next election. Next is the monarchy. Monarchy has a king, queen, emperor, empress, etc. You can say. In a monarchy, the monarch or the king or the queen, they have the power to rule the country. The king, or you can say the queen, is the head of the government and has all the powers to take important decisions for the country. The seat or the ruling positions can be passed on to the rulers higher if the monarch dies of the power you can say die if the monarch dies. The seat, you can say, of the heredity or the position of the ruling, it automatically goes to the higher of the ruler, the previous ruler, then who becomes the monarch. And the biggest disadvantage of this system is that the people have no rights to choose their ruler. Means, like in the democracy, people, they are choosing their own representative to form a government, but in monarchy it is totally opposite. People, they do not have any right to choose their own representative or the government. Next, we have the dictatorship. Dictatorship is when one single person heads or rules the government and governs only on the basis of his or her own wish. Means, according to his or her own wish, that person is going to rule the country or the government. Means without any election or paying any attention to the wish of the people of its country. Leader, he may force to control the population, you can see. Now let's learn why we need a government. Firstly, we need a government to maintain law and order. Means the government, it looks after laws and order within the country and it provides protection of the people in the country. Next is defense of the country. Means the government, it maintains armed force to defend a nation and also the friendly relations with the other countries. Then resolutions of socio-economic problems. Means the government, it takes decisions on how to deal with the problems such as poverty, unemployment, discrimination. And it also takes care of the power and needy sections of the society. Then we have the health services and the infrastructure. The government, it provides healthcare facilities to the people who are in need or who cannot bear the expenses of the hospitals, you can say. And for this purpose the government, it establishes hospitals and dispensaries for the needy people, and it also has the responsibility to provide, you can say, basic facilities such as good roads, then you can say public transport, postal system, electricity, water, and so on to the people of the country. Next is the education facilities for the people. To educate the masses or people, the government has established many schools and colleges. It has also launched, you can say, various programs to remove illiteracy. For example, our country, it is responsible for the government to provide free and compulsory education to all children who are below 14 years of age. The government, it takes care of the adult education also and runs institutions for higher learning. Next is the organs of the government. The government has three organs, namely legislature, executive, and the judiciary. These organs, they perform in different functions or in a different way. Let's learn about these three organs in detail. First, we have the legislative government. This part or this government, it makes laws, approves presidential appointments to Senate from each state. Then we have the executive, means whatever laws are being made, uh, it is implemented by the executive government, like signing laws, vote laws, pardon people, appoint federal judges. Then the judicial, you can say judiciary. Courts here, they interpret laws and decides legal case. This part of government, it decides whether the laws are being followed by the people or no. And these particular judges, they are appointed by the president, and there are 9 judges in the judiciary, you can see. Now the next part is the level of the government in India. India is divided into, you can say, 28 states and 9 union territories. The government of India, it functions at various levels or different levels. You can see the levels of the government. The first is the central government. Below that we have the state government, and after that we have the local self government. These are the 3 levels of government in which it works. The central or the union government, it looks after the governance of the entire country and is the highest level of the government. And each state has a government which is known as the state government. And the government at the local level, or you can say in cities or in towns or in villages, are known as the local self government. Let's quickly recap what we have learnt today. Today we learnt what is a government and the 3 types of government, that is democracy, monarchy or dictatorship. Then we have learned about the means why we need the government and the organs of government, levels of government in India. Hope this lesson was easy for you. Thank you, students.